That's definitely what I'm talking about. Whenever you hear sounds like this, you just think about Africa. Whenever I talk about African music, definitely this is the kind of sound I'm talking about. That's Ojana by Mbosso, all the way from East Africa, Tanzania to be precise. All right, quickly, let's talk about Ethiopia. But before we start talking about Ethiopia, this, of course, is This Week in Africa. All right. I always say it is the window to the continent where we bring you events from Africa this way. Back to Ethiopia. Ethiopia made it to the news in regards to the Ethiopian government revoking a license of independent media outlets. That's a Addis standard. Yes, now what does this mean for Addis standard? They won't be able to cover any event from within Ethiopia. And so you know, there are reports from Reporters Without Borders when it comes to Press Freedom Index. Ethiopia is at 145th position out of 180 or 80th position. Now, let me break this down for you. This means when you talk about press freedom, it is being stifled, all right? As a matter of fact, press, media are being stifled in Ethiopia. And now let's take it back to issues or situations before now, all right? Before now, we've seen reporters, journalists that work under credible media outlets. Take, for instance, reporters that work under a BBC, their license don't get to be renewed. The Ethiopian government refuses to renew their license, all right, so as to stifle them because they cover a very, very critical event and put it out for the world and public to see. Now, this can be traced back to Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. The Prime Minister position is actually the number one when it comes to Ethiopia. The presidential position is just ceremonial. But when you talk about power, all right, who calls the shot? That's the position of Prime Minister. And Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed made it to that position way back 2018. And ever since then, there's been allegations of him stifling the media and also opposition politicians. Yeah, you say anything, you risk going to jail. But funny enough, when he got into power as Prime Minister in 2018, he did set free politicians as well as media persons who were put behind bars by the administration or government before him. And he was celebrated at that time, only for him to get into power and doing the same thing. Now, what would you say about this? Would you say this is actually true? Where are my Ethiopian people? Come on. Okay, what have you got to say about this? Is this true or not? And how would you suggest this issue gets to be solved? In Ethiopia, in Africa, because it's not just an Ethiopian problem. All right, well, you know what they say, a work cannot play makes Jack a dull boy. It is time for us to go listen to another amazing sound from within Africa. Now, this one is Ino Val Val by Rosie. Okay, keep it locked, do not touch that dial for nothing.